Paul McCarthy, good afternoon.
G'day, Winno, how are you?
I'm fantastic, and I hope you're the same way too.
Good on you, mate.
Paul, if I'm a speaker of, some note, or even an aspiring speaker, and I'm thinking of coming on May the 20th to hear you and Brad, what will I get from it if I don't organise big seminars or conferences, or want to get bums on seats? I want to pay somebody else to get the bums on seats.
Well, I think that the main thing for us, regardless of whether you are a person that wants to run your own events, one of the keys behind that is really understanding the back end of your business. And I think one of the challenges for many speakers is how to move from simply making a sale into how they can start to win a customer. And that would be a clear outcome from running events, but it's an outcome that most speakers will need to start thinking about regardless of whether they do it through running their own event anyway. So they need to start thinking about how to create a customer, how they can build a back end where they can get ongoing streams of income and make get a much greater share of wallet from their potential clients.
Yes, and I suppose the other end is making how they talk about themselves and what they're going to talk about at a conference much more appealing and interesting.
Absolutely. So, I mean, don't have to tell you about the importance of becoming a better marketer. So you've been teaching that to people for 25, 30 years. So, but this is the critical component. Is again, most speakers are making themselves quite hard to buy because they don't know how to communicate in the language of their buyer or how to set themselves up so that people really want to be there to see them. So again, regardless of whether that's done through an event you run yourself or whether you're appearing at somebody else's event, you still want to make sure people are coming to see you.
Yeah, well, many speakers find it hard to sell themselves because they were told by their mother not to boast, and it's hard to sell yourself if you're worried about the tall poppy syndrome, Paul.
Yeah, it is, but I think our contention would be learning how to really effectively package your expertise and the message that you bring to a market is critical these days if you want to stand out, if you want people to gravitate towards you, and that's certainly what we'll be covering over the course of the evening.
Well, Paul, you've managed to do that pretty well in regards to your own speaking career. Tell us a little bit about your background.
So, well, my background is as a musician and made the transition into coaching and running businesses. So I've been working with entrepreneurs and amongst those speakers and coaches, trainers for over a decade now, showing them how to be more successful at packaging, positioning, promoting themselves, marketing themselves out. So for the last 10 years I speak probably 100 plus times a year and travel around Australia and overseas delivering seminars, and have built with my good mate Brad now a whole community called the Entrepreneurs Alliance, which services hundreds and hundreds of entrepreneurs across the country. And
amongst those people must be some favourite success stories, Paul.
Yeah, we've had some tremendous successes. Some of the members of national speakers that have chosen to become part of our program that have doubled and tripled the sizes of their businesses, and both in terms of turnover and profitability of their businesses. Some inside 12 months that have achieved that and are still members of the program and still growing their businesses. One of our goals for the people we work with is showing them the strategies of how to kind of build a $1 million business in a 3-year time frame. So if you've got some sort of base, that's kind of the process that we've followed, and that's really all we are teaching, is showing people to model what we've done and allow them to create that same success for themselves.
So that's what you and Brad are going to be sharing on the Monday the 20th.
That's exactly what we'll be going through, and it'll be a real roll up your sleeves session. We'll get down and just a straight talk. It's not really it's not us doing a presentation, but just us really sharing warts and all with our speaking colleagues the how-tos to do that for themselves in their speaking businesses.
Well, it looks like it's going to be a pretty exciting night, Paul. I'm looking forward to it. Tell me, with your background as a musician, will you be singing along at all for it?
I wasn't planning to do any tunes, but I'm always open to a sing-along if people are up for it.
Paul McCarthy, thank you.
It's a pleasure, Winno.